What's up, everybody? Chris Sticks Mather here with Sticks It to the Man Percussion. Sticking it to the man because it's what I do. Um, Speaking of which, I hope everybody went out and voted yesterday. If you live in Illinois, make sure to do that. I did. Wore the sticker all day. It was a whole thing. Anyway, I've been watching a couple different videos that I've seen that just came up on other channels that I follow about what you keep in your stick bag. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do a video and share what I got in mine. For the longest time, I didn't even have a real stick bag. I had this thing, which is actually a golf bag to keep golf balls and things in, I guess. I don't know. I don't play golf. It is about as fun as watching grass grow. But now I just keep my cords and stuff for my drum mics in it. Since I got a real stick bag moved up in the world, I use ProMark, so naturally I have a ProMark stick bag here that I got at Guitar Center for like 40 bucks. It's pretty awesome. It's holds a lot of stuff. It's got a nice big pocket on the front, bungee cord where you can actually hang it on a floor tom, opens flat, and then once it's closed up, it's got this nice shoulder strap. Once you get what you need, throw it over your shoulder, you're good to go. So let me blast this baby open and I'll show you what I like to have with me. If I'm, even when I'm here playing in my own studio, I always have my tool bag. And that's kind of what I think about, stick bags. It's like your tool bag. We're drummers, we got to have our equipment. Mechanics, you open up their toolbox, they don't just have, one wrench and one screwdriver and one pair of pliers. I mean, they probably have several different sizes and varieties of all that stuff. I know I do. I play with cars a lot. I got all kinds of different sizes. I got tools I only use one time, but I got it if I ever need it again. Kind of the same thing with what you keep in your bag. If you're going on a session, you don't know if you're playing a nice $5,000 house kit, or if you're playing a Frankenstein kit that has a blanket in it that looks like a dead dog was wrapped up in, and no front head, and it's all stained and gross and nothing's right, and you gotta be prepared for whatever you might run into. So in mine, if I just open this up, obviously drumstick bag, you should probably see some drumsticks, right? So I play the ProMark 747 Shirakashi Oak. These happen to be the Neil Peart Signature Series, but I've been using them since they came out with the Signature Series, but I was using Shirakashi Oak even before that. ProMark's been making sticks with that particular material since 1957, I believe. Quote me, don't quote me, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that's when they started using the Shirakashi Japanese Oak, was 1957. So these, the 747s, they have a short taper, oval wood tip, obviously the Shirakashi Oak. They're strong. They last a long time. They're way more durable than hickory, in my opinion. When they do mark up, they get little dents. They don't splinter or chip like hickory does. So I started using them. I have never gone back. This is what I use, the ProMark 747. So I got 2 or 3 pairs I always have of those. That's my go-to for anything that I'm playing, classic rock, funk, country, if I get into it. If I get into a jazz or a swing situation, I like to have a little bit lighter weight stick. So I go with the ProMark Attack 7A diameter. These are also Shirakashi Oak. The same taper length, I believe. The stick in itself is a little bit shorter, and it also has the wood oval tip, but they have a lighter feel, not as much throw. You still get nice sound out of the toms and the cymbals, but not so heavy like the other ones can be, so I always like to have a pair of those. If I really want to quiet things down, I got the ProMark Hot Rods. These are an old pair. They got tape all over them, but, rods do what they do. They are a different kind of a sound. They're good for Latin percussion, good for just quieting things down. If you need to do that, I like rods. I love them. I use them all the time. So I got a pair of them. You know, if I get into a traditional jazz situation, then I have the TB5 ProMark telescoping brushes. You know, if you want to get a little more cymbal sound, you know, you can not extend them out all the way, or if you want to get the nice swish on the snare drum, you know how brushes work, the telescoping ones. So yeah, got a pair of those as well. Then these are kind of new to my bag for the past few months. These ProMark broomsticks. You know, very, very lightweight. I'm not actually a fan of them on the kit. I like them for the practice pad. They're pretty awesome for that. They're kind of fun. They're kind of a mix between a brush and a rod, I would say. The small ones is what these are, good for practicing, warming up. Not so great on the kit, in my opinion. So I mentioned if you get into a situation where you're playing some old beat up junky kit. A couple other things I like to have with me, just a regular old felt beater for the bass drum that has a counterweight on it so you can adjust how much throw you got. If you want to quiet things down, if you're playing jazz or if you're playing in church or something like that, I like to have one of these, I don't know what they call them, the bomber or something. It's like a little fuzzy deal. I think it's just a felt beater inside of there, but it's got this kind of furry, fuzzy cover on it. Gives a nice kind of a thumpification, if you will. So yeah, got one of those. Also, if you're playing those old kits and you got cymbal stands, you're using your own cymbals, I've noticed a lot of times they may not have these little sleeves that go on the top of the stand that keep your cymbals from rubbing on the threads of the metal, you know, and keyholing your $300 to $500 cymbal, depending on what you're using. So I always have a few of those. I always like to have, and I got this from a different video that I watched, it's a good idea to have a spare hi-hat clutch. So I just got a, you know, pretty standard one. This one, instead of having felts, has these little rubber grommets, or I don't know what you want to call them, but it works, you know, does the trick if you happen to need one. Probably one of the most important things that we should all have in our bag. The one thing that we all should have a million of because they get lost so easy. Drum keys. I've got 3 of them right there. You never know. You're always going to need a drum key, so I always have a few with me. If I need to dampen things, if I just want to take some ring out of the drums that I'm playing, I always carry a thing of moon gels. If you don't know what moon gels are, then you must be from the moon or a different planet. But they're just a little jelly, whatever they are, I don't know, but they're little dampening pads. I always have some of those on hand. And then if I open up this front pocket, I got a case in here that has all kinds of goodies. This is actually the contents of the Zildjian, what do they call it? The Zildjian survival kit, that's what it is. So it's got some cymbal felts, it's got a cup felt for ride cymbal stand, it does have a set of hi-hat clutch felts, it's got some snare wire cord, got a few of these wing nuts for the top of cymbal stands, those are always missing, so I got a few of them. I got some snare and tom extra lug screws, got some floor tom lug screws. I got a bunch of these little nylon washers for your lug screws. And then another drum key that also has an Allen key on the other side for adjusting your bass pedal, things like that. Pretty much everything on my kit is, you know, is just typical drum key. You know, even my bass pedal is completely adjustable using, you know, a standard drum key. So I do keep a couple other multi-tool with me that has some screwdriver bits and things like that. For the most part, I pretty much am good to go with just my standard drum key. And that is it. That is what is in my bag. So if you, you know, you got an idea of something I might need in here that I don't have, or that you didn't see me show you, that you think I might need or should. For instance, a lot of guys have, you know, some mallets of some sort. I currently don't have any mallets. I did, but one of them broke, and I just haven't replaced them. I don't use them that often, so a lot of guys usually have a set of those in their bag too. If you got any ideas of anything else I might want to have, you know, that you maybe have come across that you ended up not, and now you do carry, let me know what that is in the comments down below. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell so you know when I play another video or come out with another video. Like me on Facebook at Sticks Percussion, also on Instagram at Sticks Percussion, right here on YouTube at Sticks It to the Man Percussion. Subscribe. That's the right word. Notification bell. Like the video if you dig it. Share it with your friends. Stay tuned for Friday for another free lesson Friday. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I'll have something for you like I do every week. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Come back for the next one. It's always fun. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.